the losers, scandalous losers against Nigeria, to a team that can be reckoned with in this.
Two finalists.
A team that wants to win the cup as well.
A team that wants to win the cup as well.
We'll come back to your comments because a lot of your comments are coming through on Twitter. I'm surprised that a lot of people are really sending their comments in because I was thinking that
distractions
the of the UEFA Champions League will take your minds off the Golden Eagles. But it shows that a lot of you are really having the Eagles at the back of your mind. So we'll come back to your comments very quickly. But let's just take you quickly to Europe and see if we can get you updates around UEFA Champions League games currently going on. From Group A, Real Sociedad and Manchester United still playing out a goalless draw. Shakhtar Donetsk and Bayer Leverkusen still goalless. So in Group A, no goals have been scored tonight, and that's already at half-time. Shakhtar Donetsk and Bayer Leverkusen, I told you, 0-0. FC Copenhagen are a goal up over Galatasaray, just like Juventus are a goal up over Real Madrid. Olympiacos 1-0 up over Benfica.
Goal scored by Arturo Vidal, penalty.
Penalty goal. And then we have Olympiacos 1-0 over Benfica, Paris Saint-Germain and Anderlecht still grinding out a goalless draw in that one.
Manchester City
3-1.
Mauling Ahmed Musa's
CSK Moscow 3-1 at the moment. It's 3-1 now to City. They CSK have scored one, so it's 3-1. That's it. Thank you for reflecting that on the screen. And of course, we have Victoria Pleasant and Bayer Leverkusen still playing out a goalless draw. Surprising for me because I was thinking that Bayern will be all over Victoria Pleasant.
By the way, Manchester City's goal scorers were Sergio Aguero with a brace, Alvaro Negredo with one as well, and Ivorian international Seydou Doumbia has applied for CSK.
All right, so these are results for you. But all of those games, most of those games now at half-time. So if before we wrap up the show, the games are back on, we'll update you and let you know exactly what is happening around games in the UEFA Champions League. But let's quickly go on to the big one. About this time next week, the Golden Eagles will have been world champions and we will be getting ready for the last game in the final round, the third round of the 2014 World Cup qualifier for the African zone. Second leg in Calabar against the Ibex of Ethiopia. And today, the story is that the World Soccer Governing Body, FIFA, have picked a Gambian referee for that game. So we'll be having the referee is from Gambia, and his name is Bakari Papa Gazama. That's the referee from Gambia for next week's 2014 World Cup qualifying match between Nigeria and Ethiopia in Calabar. Gazama is 34 years old, an international referee. Since 2007, he has officiated in several high-profile qualifying matches and at tournaments. He will be assisted by Angesom Ogbamariam from Eritrea, and of course, it will be and then Felicien Kabanda from Rwanda. All right, so those are the guys that will be handling our game against Ethiopia on the 16th of November.
Are those the assistant? Those are the assistant referees.
Yeah,
the assistant referee.
That's
the Gambian referee.
That's kind of surprising. Normally,
Rwanda,
you have
everybody
coming from one country. You have Malian referees, you have a Malian center referee, assistant referees. But
for FIFA tournaments, for CAF tournaments,
but this is a qualifier.
But for FIFA tournaments,
but this is not a tournament.
For FIFA tournament, this is a FIFA tournament. This is a FIFA qualifier.
It is a qualifier.
It's a qualifier.
FIFA is the one that picks
the referees.
You see, there's a difference between the Nations Cup qualifier and the World Cup qualifier. For example, the Nations Cup qualifiers, CAF will send you a list of those who are eligible and those who are not. For FIFA tournaments, they don't.
Okay.
So for FIFA tournaments, FIFA will pick their referees.
Okay.
And the refereeing standard for FIFA, you may not get 3 people from one country.
Exactly.
I'm just hoping that
you may not get 3 people from one country.
There's no.
But that's all our World Cup games. That's how it's been.
Yes, I've noticed that.
The referee comes because this is a FIFA tournament.
Yes, I've noticed that. Like the
FIFA
referee from a particular country,
another one from
the
another
assistant
side.
referees are from any other country.
They are very. I mean, it's a different ball game, FIFA and CAF.
Okay.
But even if they bring the 3 referees from Ethiopia,
anywhere,
and they are, what's the name of the coach?
Bishop.
If they are his brothers, they can't escape in Calabar.
Exactly.
Since they couldn't do it in Addis Ababa, But they're really getting ready. They're
getting ready.
They're really preparing. They want to come and cause an upset.
Yes, they were scheduled to play a friendly match today with Burkina Faso, but that game was cancelled.
Was called off, yes.
They couldn't play that, but that doesn't stop their preparations. You know, they're predominantly home-based team, so they can afford to gather the players in camp the same we do with our CHAN team for weeks ahead of time. So they will continue to prepare for what promises to be a very difficult game in Calabar. They are not speaking with as much confidence as they were ahead of the first leg or in Addis Ababa, so because they've been suitably chastened by the home loss. They are hoping that they can get a positive result. Probably play a goalless draw. For them, a goalless draw will be a fantastic result, but I don't think it will happen. I think these Eagles want to finish.
We are winning.
They want to finish on an emphatic note.
By this time next week, the boys will have been in camp.
Oh, yes.
Preparations will be underway for the game against Ethiopia.
Yes.
And don't forget, next week as well, from Monday, we will begin our own official countdown. And we're looking for what to call it, because Ethiopia has already fallen. So maybe we should change it to Eagles for 2014 World Cup.
Or Ethiopia on somersault.
We'll leave it for that. But let's quickly go on to something else this time. Beach soccer. Copa Lagos 3rd edition will be taking place this December, and it's always one tournament that people look forward to.
Yes.
The world champions Russia are coming. And,
Germany?
And Lebanon.
And Lebanon
have confirmed that they will be there. One good thing about Copa Lagos is that the beach eagles, or the sand eagles as they call them, beat anybody. Whether you are world champion, European champion, whatever you are, when you come to Lagos, you taste defeat.
Well,
I've won every game we've played at the Copa Lagos in 3 years.
There's only been how many years?
3 years. And we've played against the best. We played against Brazil, we played against Argentina, we played against Portugal. These are top nations.
These are top nations.
So Russia is the test.
Yeah.
Not even Lebanon.
Well, for me, I just hope this sand eagles, like it's called them, will be third time lucky in this Copa Lagos. Remember, they did not qualify for the World Cup.
They didn't go to the World Cup.
So it might affect them. Now, last year, they qualified for the World Cup. And again, they also attended another competition as well before the Copa Lagos. Another international competition.
They were I think Samsung invitation in Dubai.
Exactly. So they were prepared. They were prepared all through, and of course, they had to win the Copa Lagos very well. But in this case, they have not been preparing when it comes to attending competitions and all that. They didn't qualify for the World Cup. They have not gone to an international competition.
At all.
So it's really going to be very difficult for them. I feel that if they win the Copa Lagos this time around, then there was something wrong why they did not qualify for the World Cup.
They took this for granted.
Exactly. So I just think that they probably took it for granted, because in this competition, you've got Russia, you've got Lebanon. These are teams that are very, very good teams when it comes to this sport. So let's just hope that the Eagles, the Sand Eagles, will be able to do something. But I don't think I'm having that confidence.
I'm not particular about them winning. I just know Copa Lagos is always a fantastic event.
Season.
It's not only a football tournament. There's so much around it.
There's a
musical tournaments, fashion shows,
wow.
Fantastic people to meet from all across the world, beautiful cheerleaders as well.
Exactly.
So it's always
imported from Brazil.
Well,
in the Copacabana fashion.
So hopefully
that's what you're thinking about.
Don't we have cheerleaders? I'm not have like good cheerleaders.
Anyway, let's go on a quick break. We're still going to read a lot of your comments on Twitter, because a lot of people are saying a lot of interesting stuff on Twitter. We will come back to read them, and of course on Facebook as well. Today we'll be doing that for us. Let's go on a quick break. When we return, we'll touch up on powerlifting, and then we'll touch up on the Obudu Mountain race before we go on to the rest of the show.
At first, it's only anticipation that something is about to happen. This is one thing that makes life interesting. To compete not only with players across the field, but across the world. It makes me feel joy when we win and sorrow when we lose. The action and reaction, colliding, falling, dropping, despite the odds. I love it because it brings me tears of victory, tears of joy. The skill that leads to the pass that leads to the shot that leads to the goal that determines the ultimate. Channel Sports, defining the moment of true sports.
All right, thank you for staying with us. It's still Sports Tonight, and Before we go on to read some of your comments pouring in on Twitter, let's just quickly take a look at powerlifting and talk about this great Nigerian